Welcome back. Sorry, I have taken a week off. Well needed. Mother's Day anniversary all wrapped up into one. My anniversary it was May 8th, married to my spirit, my soulmate, my everything for 29 years. And we got to celebrate that. And then right after that, we had the Mother's Day. So I usually take this week off and I just completely forgot to mention it to you guys. I do apologize. Today we're going to be talking about the last mother in our Earth Mother series, Ninhunsag, the oldest of the Earth goddesses, and this is the mother of the mountains, midwife of the gods, a return to ancient power in the face of our modern collapse. Ah, sisters, I want to give you a piece that was found, and it goes to the mountain mother, to the ones who kneels with clay-stained hands and breathes life into bone. To Ninhunsag, great lady of the sacred mound, we call you forth. Be present as we remember your name and honor your work, and rise with the stone-rooted power of the ancient earth. Welcome back, everybody. I switched it up a little bit, did a little 360-degree turn for you. This is an opposite side. This is where you will see all of my Muse Goddess products. We have the soaps right there. We have our triple the ah hear no evil, see no evil candles. We have our triple skull candles. We have our figurine candles, all of our beautiful skull candles right there behind me. All right. So those are just some of the products that we carry on our site. And a truly welcome back, beloveds. This is episode 29. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we are on 29. And this is the portion of our Earth Mother series. So after a deep interlude in our last episode, where we uncovered the veiled truths that are the spiritual warfare that is going on, the soft rise of this martial law bullshit that we see. So, with that, I want to now let us return to the Earth Mothers and ground in to activate and to ready to root ourselves again down into the ancient soil of the divine feminine. Today, we're going to walk back in time, and not a couple centuries, not a couple hundred centuries, not even a couple thousand centuries. We're going further back than that. We're going to the cradle of civilization today, to the Sumerian plains, where we get to greet Ninhursag, Ninhursag, also known as Kai, Nima, or the Mountain Queen. She is not soft. She is not passive. She is primal creation. She's the midwife of gods, the one who's transformed humanity from clay and spoke breath into the life of everybody. She is the original matrix, the archetype of structure, law, consequence, and the original wisdom of the earth cycles, the OG Earth Mother. So today, like, we have a world that's trying to strip us of that connection. And Ninhunsag reminds us what is made of the earth returns to the earth. What is born through a human woman and all women bears the imprints of the stars. So let's get into like who is Ninhunsag? The name meaning is very simple, straightforward. It's the Lady of the Sacred Mountains. They always call to the woman or the Lady of Mountains or the Mistress of the Foothills. So she has like this upper and middle realm awareness. This is a goddess or an earth mother that's origin it really came from Sumerian time, Mesopotamia, um, basically like right around modern day Iraq, I would say. And so it's among one of like the oldest civilizations that have been recorded. Her domains are everything from fertility to fertile lands to childbirth to ancestral knowledge to um, sacred law, restoration, rebirth, destruction. I mean, it's just every single aspect you can give her that domain over. Her symbol is an omega or a womb, and it's been found on clay tablets, in mountain scries, in sacred trees. It's been found on horned headdresses. Nehersa was the original Sumerian trinity. Um, as a follower, a devotee, and a daughter of Hecate, that again, this triple aspect to me is extremely fascinating, but yet calls very deep to my soul and my spirit. And so, alongside of like Inki, the god of water and wisdom, or Enil, the air and storms, she is credited with shaping the very first of our humanoid ancestries, creating that kinship and maintaining harmony between the gods and the mortals. So it was a very much inclusive and communal environment between the gods and mortals in this Sumerian time period. But unlike the later patriarchal myths that we now see, um, Nurhasang wasn't a subordinate. Like they like to put these labels on there, right? She didn't wait for any permission from anybody to begin creation. She took the clay and made beings and decided when and how life would be formed. Why would this Earth Mother be important now? Now that we've learned all this, right? Well, right now, hear the Earth screaming, crying. I mean, she is just tears flowing, lava flowing. And we're seeing all that with all of these systems starting to break down. But one of the things that you need to take solace in is that this is not, if you're listening to this podcast, truly though, it is not a time to be in fear of this collapse. We can call on Ninhunsag, who knows how to rebuild from bones, to help strengthen us. And she can teach us how to reconnect with the earth, not as a resource, but as an ancient mother to teach us her ways. We can use womb space as a blueprint for this type of work, for manifesting new culture, not just new babies. Midwifing is dying right now. We find it very, very few women that do midwifing. And so the midwife, this dying world into the next incarnation, is what we can call on Ninhunsag to help us with, to become those midwives. Not just through the war, though, but through structure, stability, sacred timing, wisdom, ancient practices. Those are the things that we can do. One of the things that you should also know is that she is not a savior. She is here to remind us that you, my dear, are the co-creator. You, my dear, are the midwife. You, my dear, are the great awakening. And so the reason I brought her in to the Earth Mother series, and while I also wanted to keep her be the last, is because of how I have heard her call. That ancient Sumerian voice to follow that blue light, that blue flame. When I made this series and I decided on the Earth Mothers that I wanted to use, I would sit and I would focus on every single one of them and have just this interpersonal connection with them to be able to bring you accuracy to this. And when I did this one, I knew that this was the final piece for the Earth Mother series because I received such a huge, huge acknowledgement of a vision that I've been having. And it came with this super strong, super clear, straightforward message. I gave you soil to shape and the stars to remember. You buried your power in systems that do not nourish you. Dig, unearth, begin to shape again. The divine pattern was never lost. It was only veiled. And that veil, all of that magic, that veiled magic is falling down, sisters. And it's being seen that everything underneath that was what we had forgotten. She says in this, she does not demand worship, nor do any of our deities. They only demand our remembrance. And so with that, we use that to build what will outlast even the gods, and to trust that when we start again, we will start with stone, our blood, and the truth. I get chills, chills, chills. So, with that, I saw like this ritual that was being done, and it was beautiful. And I got a vision, a snapshot of something I had created. And it was like, yeah, no, more of that, more of that. So I have on my altar a three-pointed Zemi, which is a earth god, a celestial, an ancestor of the Tejano people. And that's what I saw is when I was shaping this, when I was building it with my hands. And so for you, I would say for this ritual, get yourself some molding clay. Go make some clay from the backyard, however you feel called. Find a flat stone or a piece of wood. Get a candle. Give yourself an offering bowl with some water or milk from the mother. And so the way you would do this is you're going to sit on in the earth, wherever you're at, wherever you feel centered and grounded. Light your candle, breathe deeply, call in your ancestors, call in your sacred space. And I want you to begin to hold your clay and speak into it. I return to the source. I shape the future with these sacred hands. Simple. Showing gratitude and feeling that interconnectedness. Begin to allow your hands to mold that clay however your mind sees. Confirmation, however your mind sees. Maybe it's something symbolic. Maybe it's something linear. Maybe it's something ancestral. Maybe it's even your womb, a spiral, a key, a seed. Just whatever comes in, create it. Don't, and I repeat, don't judge yourself on what you created. Be the creatrix and love your creation, for it's you and it's your energy. And when you're done with all that, you can dip your fingers in the water or the milk and anoint your clay with it, whispering to the mountain mother, Ninhunsag, mountain mother, restore my memories. Teach me to create with purpose again. And you can place, your stone or your clay or whatever right there beside you as it's like foundation, that solid foundation. And just sit in that silence, listen for her voice, listen for her whispers. If there are flashes, if you're seeing a scene, you're having a memory, a download. If you're seeing light code, write it down. Write down everything that you see. And by this time, if you're using a small little like chime candle, it should have been ready to burn out. If not, you can snuff it out. Close your circle, your sacred space with gratitude and thanks. And then begin to really figure out how to incorporate something as small as saying thank you to her for giving you your memory, for teaching you to create with purpose again. That you could maybe do this daily, um, every day, just something small, write down something. Um, a great thing to do is to create your own Oracle deck. And every day I want, write down one thing each day that you're building that will outlast you. And remember that legacy is her is her language. So think of those type of things. Um, you can work with herbs like mugwort or myrrh to get grounded and to dream with her. I recommend just placing them under your pillow, not burning them or drinking them, that those tend to become toxic and build up in your system. Something else you could do is study your family tree. I know 23andMe is not the thing right now because of all the bankruptcy and all that, but having your DNA and understanding your heritage really does ground you into your purpose. Um, so studying your family tree, and then maybe reclaiming a sacred skill or a language that has been lost for your heritage. Those are small things that we can do. My crows are going crazy. So my final words to you is that Ninhunsag doesn't conform herself to comfort you with softness. She is here to awaken you with your true memory. And she is not here to rescue the world. No. She is here to guide those willing to rebuild it. So let her mountain rise within you. Let her fire rewire you. And let her hands remind you your hands were not born to obey. You were born with these hands to shape, to mold. So, in our next episode of our podcast, we are going to jump into a very much easier, very much flowing schedule for our podcast. Starting this week, because today we are talking about the past, ending our Earth Mother series. Today is Monday. Mondays will always be a topic of the past. Wednesdays, we will do a topic of the present. And on Fridays, we will do podcasts of the future. So please stick with us as we are trying to figure out our flow where we do past, present, and future Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Thanks, guys.